November 1st. Hope everybody survived the Halloween sugar extravaganza, but I wanted to do a quick recap first on my picks. Not so hot, 3 and 5 this past week, putting us and dropping us to 33, 22, and 1. Got some synergy there with those numbers, but like that, but don't like the fact that we went 3 and 5. We'll try to bounce back in week 9, marking the halfway point of the season. Can't believe it, how fast things move, right? Seems like just yesterday I was starting these videos. But today I have been listening to the Huberman Lab again and found out some really fascinating information about burning fat. That I think is probably what most of my clients want to do, maybe even before weight loss, is how do we lose fat and what needs to happen? First, the whole process, we have to mobilize the fat and oxidize the fat, right? And what's one of the ways, I'm gonna actually talk about this over the next 3 days. One thing that we can do is fidget. And it's actually some really fascinating science. It's probably one of those things that, if you are a fidgeter, as I was the kid who was kind of standing up randomly and doing all kinds of stuff and tapping my toe and crossing my legs and going like this, shaking my leg. I had a friend who always was he's still around. I haven't seen him in a long time. He was always snapping his fingers. It stands out to me as a guy who did that, as someone who had one of these tics, fidgets. And I'm not saying do something extraordinarily annoying or do something that's gonna make you seem like a strange person. But when you're sitting around, and I'm gonna talk through the plane here today because I think this is so important and I feel like I got a good video going. So there goes the plane. I'm not gonna stop today because I got started a little bit late. I was already at the gym, but going with fidgeting. So if you're at your desk and you could be tapping your foot, just be moving in your chair a bit. And one of the other things I mention to people all the time is you can almost incorporate that into your daily workout, just daily movement. Don't sit for more than an hour. I understand sometimes we have back-to-back meetings and these kind of things, but just get up and out of your chair at least every hour, even if it's just for a minute. Get up out of your chair, walk around. If you're on a phone call, maybe pace. We all wear earbuds now, or at least the vast majority of people do wear earbuds. This is really fascinating science that was done by a study. It comes from a study from the 1960s in England, and I'm not going to remember all of those details, but you can connect. I'm sharing this information so I can pass along the Huberman Lab because I find it to be such fascinating stuff. So that's part 1. We're going to get into some other things, and it all relates to NEAT, and I'm going to put in the description here what that acronym stands for, NEAT, because I can't remember it off the top of my head either, and it's going to be good for me to go back and look it up. But yeah, NEAT, remember that, and I'm probably going to do a quick Instagram post about that as well. So you got my quick recap on the football. You got a little information about why fidgeting, pacing, can be beneficial to burning calories. And last point I want to make about that. The study proved that depending on how much a person fidgets, they can burn anywhere from 800 to 2,500 calories. I feel like that extreme high end might be someone who's annoyingly fidgeting. So even if you were in that lower range, man, just 1,000 calories just because you move your body a little bit more, and you're constantly on the go, those kind of people. If you're not one of those kind of people, you might want to consider turning into one of those kind of people to burn more calories just in a natural way. And again, I'm going to make note of that NEAT. It's a really good acronym to keep in the back of our mind when it comes to being healthy. So, yeah, that's all I got for today. Have a great Tuesday. See ya.